be with a bunch of people worshiping and getting closer in their walk to God. Can I get clapping for that? Because that's what being Grand Saturday night is about.
In 2007, I got roped into running my first marathon. I hate running. I only had 4 goals. To hate running less each time I ran, to train well enough to make it to the starting line, wanted to finish before they closed the course, and I wanted to raise $1,000 for clean water in Africa. I completed the marathon, and that was 5 years ago. So when people ask me, so why are you running a marathon this morning? Why are you running one tomorrow and one the day after that? Well, I tell them that I still want to hate running less each time I run, but this time it's different. I want to raise $1.5 million for clean water in Africa. And to do that by running 120 marathons from LA to New York, so that 30,000 people in Kenya can have clean drinking water for life.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know about you all, but I have a remote. I don't even want to run to the television set. And here we have an example of the thrill of the journey. And we're going to be blessed tonight with, I think, a man who's going to share a little bit from his life and kind of show us a little bit the thrill of deciding to accept what God would have us do, even though maybe we weren't so ready to do it. So would you please welcome Steve Spear to our stage.
I did ministry here at West Burlington from 1986 to 1990. And that was a long time ago. We met with some of the students beforehand to pray, and many of you weren't even born then. But we were here, and it's really cool to be back. And this is a very special place to us. This is where, of course, our first ministry happened here in West Burlington, Iowa. Our first home was here in Burlington. Our first child, our son, was born here in Burlington, Iowa. Our first dog we ever bought was right here in Burlington, Iowa. We named her Sniglet. And Sniglet was the most lively dog you've ever met. She lived to be 19 years old. And but we love Burlington, and just to be back with you. So thank you, Vern, Tim, and for having us. That 6 years ago, if you would have said, hey, Steve, 6 years ago, 6 years from now, you're going to be making a bid to run across America from LA to New York, doing a marathon a day for 4.5 months, I would have said, you are completely nuts. Because but one thing that I found is that we have a God who issues surprises in our lives. There's this great passage from the New Testament book of Hebrews, Hebrews chapter 11, verse 1, that says, now faith is being sure of what we hope for and certain of what we do not see. Verse 2 says, and this is what the ancients were. All right, cool, come on up. We got Landry. Give it up for Landry. Okay, so here's the deal. One of the things that I began learning in 2007 was this massive inequity in our world around clean water. I was starting to understand that almost 1 billion people on the planet don't have access to clean water. And it was girls like Landry. How old are you, Landry? Girls like Landry who are 7 years old who spend, get this, 6 miles a day. 6 miles a day they walk for contaminated. Hang on to that for a little bit. That makes sense. Okay, just hang on to it for maybe an hour. That's good. So I began learning this massive inequity that almost 1 billion people on the planet don't have access to clean water. Yet I use about 95 gallons a day just myself, between brushing my teeth, taking a shower, washing some clothes, doing some dishes, flushing the toilet, 7 or 8 or 9 times or whatever it is. I'm going, I don't even have to walk a yard for clean water, yet all of these people have to walk miles and miles and miles every day. This started getting inside of me in such a way that I couldn't quite contain it. And I started doing the math. I'm thinking, I'm supposed to train to run 56 miles. I'm supposed to run 56 miles. And if there's 15 of us and we want to raise, a little over $1 million, I needed to raise about 100 grand. I'm going, no. I go and tell my wife, Frances, I said, hey, Chitwood, his last name is Chitwood. I said, Chitwood called, and he wants me to run this 56-mile ultramarathon in South Africa. And she goes, I think you should do it. I'm like, no, you're not helping this cause at all. He calls me up on Monday, and he said, are you in? And I said, no, I'm not going to do it. And he said, why not? And I said, Michael, fear. Fear of the training, fear of the run itself, fear of the fundraising, and fear of how...
Every time and every purpose under heaven. A time to be born, a time to die, a time to plant, a time to pluck up that which is planted, a time to kill, and a time to
Another thing, do you like the corners? Are they awesome? Mix. The Mix, 88.5.
88.5 is what it is down south in Hannibal. I don't know. I think it's 88.5 up here.
I don't know if we get it here, but they're playing their song. 97.3, I was told, is playing their song. So keep praying for them. They've got their release party in March 12th, and we love them, don't we? And then